Also try Chocolatey Payday.
Watch After Midnight with me, normal girl Taylor Tomlinson.
New tonight on CBS.
Hey, imagine you're stopped in traffic. Roadworks brought the highway to a halt. Imagine looking in the rearview mirror. The 18-wheeler behind you is driving too fast for conditions. But you're lucky to be alive. You imagine how much worse it could have been. Imagine knowing you can call all nines 24/7 and get the help you need. The team at George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you. We've helped thousands of people get the money they need. Call all nines now.
Brandsmart USA's USA. Trust meteorologist Mikkel Hannah Hardy for your first alert. Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
Well, breaking news live at 5. One person is dead after gunfire erupted in Kansas City, Missouri this afternoon, just as a massive celebration for the Chiefs' Super Bowl victory was wrapping up. Kansas City police say 14 people are injured, with 2 people detained. A large law enforcement presence, including the ATF and FBI, is on the scene working to piece together what happened this afternoon. Danya Bacchus reports.
Crowds ran from the parade site, some taking cover behind vehicles, some in tears. Injured people were loaded into ambulances as emergency crews filled the streets.
Someone said, oh, it was a fire, and then she comes running and she's like, no, it's shots fired. And so we started listening to her, and then that's when everybody started. Yeah, and
I was just telling everybody to get down, and then they get out the way.
Just minutes earlier, the streets of Kansas City were packed with fans, cheering the Chiefs' Super Bowl victory. This local TV crew was there when the shots were fired.
I was actually down on the ground, and Jillian was up on the riser. I looked up at you, Jillian, and you said, get up here right now.
Right, we saw people running out of Union Station on the east side of the doors pretty frantically, and at that moment we were receiving information that we needed to change where we were.
Unseasonably warm weather had brought as many as 1 million people to the parade, a celebration suddenly eclipsed by violence. Danya Bacchus, CBS News.
And police set up a reunification for families separated in that chaos. Super Bowl MVP Patrick Mahomes, who had been on the stage leading his team in that celebration, posted on X that he is praying for Kansas City. More breaking news live at 5. This is a first look at the man arrested in connection to the hit and run in Waynesboro that hurt 1 adult and 3 kids. The Burke County Sheriff's Office says 77-year-old Charlie Lane is facing several charges, including serious injury by vehicle and failure to yield. The crash happened on 6th Street near Liberty Street, prompting a search that spanned several days. This information is just coming into our newsroom. We will have that full report on our website, WRDW.com. To weather now as we check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Riley, it seems to be a perfect night for some Valentine's dinner.
Absolutely will. If you're heading out tonight, we have clear skies and comfortable temps. It is going to be a little bit chilly once that sun goes away, but how about these temperatures this afternoon? 64 right now here in Augusta, 65 in Aiken. A little bit cooler up towards the lake, but not looking too bad whatsoever from our Thurman Dam cam. So a beautiful day to get outside. And if you are heading out this evening, you can see our temperatures do drop pretty quick. Once we get past sunset just after 6 o'clock this evening, we are expecting temps to quickly fall to the 40s by around 8, and then we shouldn't be too far away from the 30s just before midnight tonight. So if you're heading out, definitely going to need the jacket, but not too cold out there for us. We did see a nice afternoon across most of the southeast, all the way to the Central Plains. You can see 60s all the way to Omaha, Nebraska. Still some cold air locked into the northern U.S., but for most spots, a lot of places did stay above freezing out there across the country today. We do have high pressure that's sitting right on top of us, so once again, just bringing us clear skies, fairly calm winds tonight. So good recipe to just see these temperatures drop back down to the 30s, mid-30s, waking up early tomorrow morning. Have a look at some warmer temps late into the week in just a bit. Let's get a quick update on your First Alert traffic.
And now, First Alert traffic.
right, here's a quick look at I-20 and Riverwatch Parkway, and you can see Riverwatch Parkway is fairly busy at the moment. Just all that downtown traffic trying to make its way back to the interstate in Columbia County, but I-20 not too congested at the moment. Looking at our Grovetown cam here at exit 190, Lewiston Road not too bad at the moment, and just kind of that usual backup of traffic off the exit there. But another fantastic afternoon across the area. Expecting a few more clouds to show up over the next few days. We'll have that full forecast in just a bit.
Thanks, Riley. Another top story tonight. Potential threats against Cross Creek High School forced the campus into a lockdown just hours ago. Parents telling News 12 that a phone call was sent out about a potential threat to the school that stemmed from social media that was brought to light by the Gainesville Police Department. Meanwhile, other parents said the lockdown stemmed from a fight. It's unclear whether the fight and the threat were related or just a matter of coincidence, but we are working to learn more. There is a $300 reward for anyone that has details on the whereabouts of a missing Barnwell woman. Police say a 17-year-old Malaysia Hogg is 9 months pregnant and was induced or set to be induced yesterday. It's not known when she was reported missing, but if you've seen her, call authorities. Just in the last hour, the South Carolina Senate has just passed a bill to legalize medical marijuana, but this push still faces challenges to become law. The expansive bill, called the Compassionate Care Act, only allows for use in oils, salves, patches, and vaporizers, so smoking marijuana would still be illegal. A dozen medical conditions, including cancer, multiple sclerosis, and epilepsy, would qualify for a prescription which doctors would need to approve in person. Only certain licensed pharmacies would be able to dispense the drug, and a 5-year sunset provision will allow the legislature to evaluate how the program is doing at that point and potentially end it if it's not working. A very similar bill passed in the Senate 2 years ago but died in the House on a technicality before a debate could really get underway.
The real challenge is going to be getting it through the House process, but I'm hopeful it can be moved through expeditiously, and that I'm hopeful that leadership brings it up for a vote over there.
Earlier today, Governor Henry McMaster told us that he'll be watching how this bill progresses. The governor didn't give a definitive stance on if he'd sign it, saying he sees both sides of advocates who want medical marijuana legalized, along with the concerns of law enforcement. Well, it's the Day of Love, and today some of our local nonprofits are spending the day giving back. Our Nick Veal joins us live from the newsroom to explain.
Yeah, well, love comes in many forms, and people were out in the community to spread love through their acts of kindness to make sure that everyone feels the love, no matter your situation.
Flowers, locks. Lock is something you put on something that you value, something you want to protect, something you want to keep safe.
Project Life's motto is bringing life to the city that we love. So on Valentine's Day, they're showing extra love.
It really would bring people up, and as people go higher, the city goes higher, and everything can change.
They serve food and give away clothes 3 days a week on Gordon Highway, whose fence is now locked up, while showing people where the needs are, like bringing in Golden Harvest.
We just want to connect all the dots for people because often it's hard to know.
Others hit the road for the holiday. Patty Galvin chooses to deliver 150 to 200 roses to those in hospice care.
I think everyone deserves to feel the love, and it's nice to receive flowers and feel, special, even if it's, if you're going through tough times, flowers can always bring a smile to your face.
Both organizations don't wait for holidays to make a difference.
I mean, obviously Valentine's Day is dedicated to love and friendship, but I think we shouldn't wait until a special day to tell our loved ones that we love and appreciate them.
Yeah, and Patty and her crew from El Rey serve breakfast burritos downtown to those in need every Sunday, and we'll have the date and times for when Project Life is open for those to get a meal and clothes on our website.
And you love to see our community coming together to spread some love on the Day of Love. Thanks again, Nick, for reporting. Well, in addition to Valentine's Day, it's also Ash Wednesday. You have probably seen a few people around with a symbol of a cross on their forehead. Well, Ash Wednesday marks the start of Lent, which is honored for 40 days up until Easter Sunday. Worshippers are supposed to fast or give up something as a sign of sacrifice and self-discipline. It's observed with ashes being placed on one's forehead as a reminder of mortality, symbolizing one is made of dust, and dust you shall return when you pass. Today, the Woodlawn United Methodist Church in Augusta set up a tent over at the Augusta Common for anyone to come and get their ashes.
Well, we know it's also St. Valentine's Day, but if you look at the word Valentine, you'll find Lent in the midst of it. And both of them are very much connected to the gift of love and the importance of that love, as we know, is manifested in the life, ministry, death, and resurrection of our Lord.
The religious event is observed by Catholics, Lutherans, Methodists, and more. A stingray is about to give birth at an aquarium in North Carolina, but there's a twist to this story. That's coming up next. Riley?
Well, it is a beautiful afternoon for Valentine's Day and getting warmer over the next couple of days. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time and temp, brought by Hobbytown Augusta.
Start the new year in style and get up to 70% off the best in unique men's sportswear, formal wear, outerwear, shoes, accessories, and more during the 2024 Fall and Winter Clearance Sale at Lionel Smith Limited.
All right, welcome back, folks. A beautiful afternoon to be along the Savannah River. We just saw a couple of rowers pass on by. It is a nice afternoon on the river here, but you can see it's very muddy. We had a lot of heavy rain out there Sunday night and Monday earlier this week, so did stir up our waters a good bit, but hopefully that water clarity does improve. We do have dry weather over the next several days and beautiful temperature-wise. Temperatures right now in the mid-60s. We could actually get close to 70 over the next couple of afternoons, so warming things up a little bit for tomorrow. But tonight is Valentine's Day. So if you're heading out for the evening plans, we have temperatures right now in the 60s. By the time we get to 6 p.m., we should be in the upper 50s, 40s by 8 p.m., and then continue to drop closer to the 30s by around midnight. But a beautiful night on tap for us. We are expecting mostly clear skies. Not going to be too breezy out there. Winds will be fairly calm as well. So a good recipe to really see cold temps by tomorrow morning. Most likely going to be waking up in the mid-30s for most spots for the first part of your Thursday. So you will need that coat early on into the day, but by the afternoon, hey, no need for the jacket whatsoever. We have temperatures hitting the upper 60s tomorrow afternoon and just expecting a good steady southwest wind, generally between 8 to 12 miles an hour. Now, for your Friday, it does stay dry. It's going to be a little bit cloudier. We have been mentioning maybe there could be a few showers on Saturday. Looks to be less of a threat now. If we do see any rain, possibly Friday night before sunrise Saturday, but not really going to impact any daytime plans through the weekend. So good news there. Definitely hope you kept all your outdoor plans there for the weekend. Here's a look at tonight. We are looking at clear skies right now, and that wind direction just slowly turning out of the southwest heading into tomorrow. Waking up cold in the 30s, but afternoon highs will be warmer. Upper 60s for most spots. I don't think we'll hit 70, but hey, maybe a lucky spot or two does briefly hit it. You can see more clouds starting to push in by Friday, so we are expecting a fairly cloudy day Friday, and that's going to help keep our morning temps warmer, most likely in the 40s, but afternoon highs should be able to reach the mid and upper 60s once again. You can see there's not much rain through Friday afternoon and even into the evening, but this is 3:30 a.m. Saturday, so this is before we get to sunrise Saturday morning. Maybe a few showers. This is going to be from a cold front passing through, so that is going to keep our temperatures during the day Saturday a good bit cooler. Most likely highs in the upper 50s to maybe only close to 60s, so about 10 degrees cooler with those high temps from Friday into the weekend. But not really seeing much in the way of a rain threat. It looks like if you do have outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday, it does look to be mostly dry, just going to hang on to fairly cloudy conditions. But the system moving through Friday night into Saturday, here's just kind of a wider view of it. Just a weak area of low pressure tracking along this front, so maybe enough to bring us a stray shower Friday night, but definitely doesn't look to be too significant. And better model agreement today. Both of these are showing very little rainfall across the area, just not really anticipating a huge rain threat with that front passing us by. Once we get past the weekend, you can see temperatures back into the 60s next Monday, and for the next 7 days, it looks like our rain chances remain pretty slim.
All right, thanks, Riley. Live now to the Georgia Aquarium for a special Valentine's date night. It's called Sips Under the Seat. Valentine's Day couples can celebrate the day at the aquarium with some 21 and older fun. Well, any day now, staff members at an aquarium in North Carolina expect to celebrate the birth of babies born to their stingray. But there's something fishy about a mystery pregnancy with no father. CNN's Jenny Moose has this paternity whodunit.
How could a stingray named Charlotte end up pregnant when no male stingray has ever been in her tank? The $64,000 question, who's the daddy?
We think Charlotte is her own daddy.
Staff at the Aquarium and Shark Lab by Team Echo in North Carolina are so bonded with Charlotte, she lets them caress her. When they found a lump, they feared it was cancer. An ultrasound proved otherwise.
There's a baby.
Several babies, but how?
She has always been a single Ray.
She needs Ray Tinder. The most likely explanation? Something called parthenogenesis. I've been calling it do-it-yourself reproduction. Sort of a virgin birth. The female's egg becomes an embryo without fertilization. But there's another far less likely theory. 2 male sharks that were placed in the tank. This is Mo and this is Larry, named after you-know-who.
What's the matter with you? How dare you strike a mother with an infant in his arms?
The staff found bites on Charlotte, and male sharks tend to bite during mating. The aquarium plans to do DNA testing when the babies are born. The Denver Zoo recently used DNA to determine who was the daddy of this 4-month-old orangutan, and they had Maury Povich announce the results.
Barani, you are the father.
The aquarium may not yet know.
How'd that baby get here?
But if immaculate conception is the best theory,
So we're telling everyone don't drink the water from this tank?
tell that to the diver snorkeling in it. Ginimos. CNN. New York.
More breaking news this afternoon. Authorities and emergency personnel are on the scene at Benjamin E. Mays High School in Atlanta after shots were fired, according to an official with Atlanta Public Schools. This is a live look from a helicopter flying over the scene. Some crime scene tape has sectioned off a portion of the parking lot there. Details on any injuries are unknown at this time. Of course, we'll continue following this and update you as we learn more here. Well, it's a day all about love, but scammers aren't taking the day off. What you need to know about romance scams coming up next.
First Equalizer on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Love is in the air at Interiors Market. This Valentine's Day, give her what she's been waiting for. Trendy furniture and accessories, all at affordable prices. And to sweeten the deal all month long, come in and find that one piece you can't live without and enjoy 10% off. At Interiors Market, we want you to love your furniture, so hurry in and treat your Valentine with just what they need.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
I love George St. Injury Lawyers, and they love me too.
Yes, we do. This Valentine's Day at George St. Injury Lawyers, we send our love and appreciation to all our clients, past, present, and future.
George Sink was there for me.
They really cared about me.
Helping people is all they do.
George Stink's always there for you.
Valentine's Day or any day, we're always here to help. Just call all nights.
Get George Sink Law Firm on the line. Call 999-9999.
Don't ignore the silation. Ramjack, the foundation repair experts.
Well, love is likely on most people's mind this Valentine's Day, but experts warn fake lovers will look to take advantage of a hopeless romantic regardless the day of the year. In this Watching Your Wallet, consumer investigator Carice Jackman shares ways to avoid being blinded by love and how to spot a romance scammer.
Love is in the air, but scammers are prowling too, looking for ways to steal your heart and your money.
You're emotionally involved, so romance scams are so complex.
To avoid getting your heart broken and your pockets emptied, Melanie McGovern with the Better Business Bureau says it's important you spot the red flags of a romance scammer. The first thing these fraudsters do is create a fake profile on online dating sites by stealing photos and text from real accounts.
In direct messages, people are getting messages from people. They're getting friend requests. They don't know who the person is. So they're trying to get you while you're not thinking about it and drumming up a friendship with you. Maybe they're commenting on your posts. Maybe they're liking your posts. And then they start working you through the messages.
The romance scammer will then make their move, trying to get serious very quickly by convincing the person that they're in love. Not long after that, your new sweetheart will fake some type of health issue or family emergency, when in reality, it's a ploy to get you to send them money.
pepper you with talk about trust. You can trust me, I'm real. If they're over embellishing a lot of that stuff, that's a red flag as well.
The FTC shared some of these fake lovers' favorite lies. If the person tells you someone close to me is sick, hurt, or in jail, I can teach you how to invest, or I'm in the military far away, beware.
When you see that photo and the description of the person, overseas military or overseas doctor, things like that are just definite tells that an account could be fake. Or if they don't have any followers, or if they have maybe 3 or 4 followers, that's another sign as well.
McGovern also says to watch out for any misspellings in messages. If there are a bunch of typos, that's a red flag too.
Does it seem like a normal human having a conversation, or does it seem very forced, or they're not really sure of the English language, or there's a lot of words in there that might not mean anything? So you definitely want to watch the language that's coming through on your text to see, hey, is this a bot? Is this AI? Is this somebody who doesn't speak English as a first language? Those are red flags as well.
So before you say you're ready to love, watch out for these red flags to protect your heart, wallet, and identity. With this Watching Your Wallet, I'm Carice Jackman.
And remember, a scammer will make up every excuse not to meet with you in person. If that happens and they want to keep that as a texting relationship, that's another red flag. Riley?
Well, we continue to stay dry again today, but we still have a flood warning in effect for a stretch of the Ogeechee River near Midville. Still going to be at flood stage until most likely Friday afternoon. Have another quick look at that 7-day forecast just after a short break.
I'm Samantha. And I'm Savannah. And we're actual clients of Austin Jackson. A girl ran a red light. A tractor trailer was right beside us, so they hit her, causing her to hit us. We rolled 4 times down Washington Road. Our injuries were extensive, and we really needed not just prompt care, but a continued care plan. Once we met with Austin, I felt really sure that we were going to get taken care of. It was definitely nice knowing that we had someone we could trust, working on our case, taking care of things, and explaining every step of the way.
Get Austin Jackson.
The Augusta guy.
I'm Attorney Ken Nugent.
Camperland. We sell fun.
All right, welcome back, folks. A beautiful day over Clarksville Lake. We do have sunny skies out there and very calm winds. Even though our anemometer is spinning a little bit, you can see it's almost like glass out there over on the lake. So if you're heading out this evening, temperatures currently are in the 60s, but once we get past sunset, those will fall quickly into the 50s by around 6 o'clock, and then most likely 40s a lot of our evening into early tonight. Most spots are in the 60s out there this afternoon. 64 in Augusta, Aiken, Barnwell. Other spots 63 to 64, so not too big of a spread out there today. But Valentine's Day plans, if you are stepping out this evening, once again, most likely upper 50s by around 6, getting closer to the 40s by around 8, 9 p.m. So a little bit cool out there, not overly cold, but definitely going to need the jacket if you're stepping out. Tomorrow morning, heading out to the bus stop, another chilly start to the day, most likely waking up in the mid-30s. Afternoon highs will be just a little bit warmer for us, so most likely into the upper 60s, and generally sunny skies again. Not much rain in our forecast for the next 7 days, believe it or not. We are going to stay mostly dry through the weekend, possibly a quick shower Friday night, but shouldn't impact any outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday.
And get ready to say I do this Valentine's Day. We have more on a sweet deal for couples looking to tie the knot in Augusta. That's coming up as News 12 Live at 5 continues after a short break. Stick with us.
Join us right here.
Go to evansdurham.net.
It's a new year, and many homeowners start thinking about home improvement projects this time of year. Your roof is one of the most important investments for the security of your home, and thankfully, the professionals at Roof Savers specialize in roof rejuvenation, which will extend the life of your asphalt shingle roof by 5 to 15 years. I'm here with Russell Beckham, one of the owners of Roof Savers. And Russell, explain what roof rejuvenation is and the Roof Savers process.
So, roof rejuvenation is the process of reintroducing the protective qualities to asphalt shingles, such as the flexibility, the granular adhesion, and also adding resistance to hail damage. Our first visit to a customer's home is to evaluate the roof. We are looking for any leak-prone areas such as damaged pipe booths, loose chimney flashing, things like that, and we want to correct all that before the process is started. Then we will soft wash your roof to make sure all the black algae and moss and dirt come off. Then the roof is treated with the rejuvenation to extend the life of the roof.
The roof is a major expense. This product can save you a ton of money. As you can see the before and afters, and it is plain as day. This was simple, in and out process. It's a win-win for everybody.
Please dial the number on your screen right now and extend the life of your roof by 5 to 15 years and save thousands of dollars in the process.
Hear what other people are saying about Roof Savers? Use the keywords Roof Savers Georgia on Google and check us out online at myroofsavers.com.
Call Bailey's today. Live from Augusta. Breaking news.
A breaking news update live at 5. New details from the school district that say that 4 students were shot at Benjamin E. Mays High School outside of Atlanta. This is a live look at the scene from a helicopter. A school spokesperson saying the shots came from an unknown vehicle at the lower campus parking lot. All of the victims were taken to the hospital and have non-life-threatening injuries. All after-school activities have been canceled and the school remains on lockdown. This is a developing situation and we will keep you updated and stick with this as we learn more. Well, first on News 12 Live at 5, chaos at the Kansas City Chiefs Super Bowl parade. Take a look at this dramatic scene of bystanders running after gunfire rang out. 1 person is dead and 14 were injured in a shooting at the end of the Chiefs rally near Union Station, according to the fire department. Now, crowds ran from the parade site, some taking cover behind vehicles, some in tears. Injured people were loaded into ambulances as emergency crews filled the streets. An estimated 1 million people gathered in downtown Kansas City for the celebration of the back-to-back NFL champions. Switching gears to weather now as we take a live look outside our station. A gorgeous afternoon for Valentine's Day as we check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. A great night if people have date night tonight, Riley.
Should be a good one out there for us. Well, we do have current temperatures in the 60s. Later this evening, we'll fall into the 50s and 40s, so a little bit chilly. I would definitely grab a jacket if you're stepping out, but very comfortable for this time of year. You can see blue skies on pretty much every tower cam across the region. We just have high pressure on top of us, going to keep us nice and calm tonight, and also those skies should stay clear as well. Here's a look at our evening planner. If you are heading out for Valentine's night, we are looking at temps to be in the upper 40s by around 8 p.m., and then getting close to the 30s by around midnight. And I would imagine once we get into the overnight, that's when we do start to see the 30s found across the area. But winds have really started to slacken up across the region, so high pressure once again sitting right on top of us, just bringing us very calm conditions across the area, and not a huge temperature spread across the region. So all the way from here to Greenville, Mississippi, mid-60s across the board, so fairly seasonal out there for us. Tonight is going to be cold again, most likely dropping into the mid-30s by early tomorrow morning, but throughout the day Thursday, just going to see beautiful conditions once again. Mostly sunny skies. Temperatures a little bit warmer tomorrow afternoon with a southwest wind returning to the area. Much more on that full forecast in just a bit. Let's get a quick update on your First Alert traffic.
And now, First Alert traffic.
All right, here's a current look down I-20 just outside of our building, and it looks like this eastbound lane is moving okay, but starting to notice it's looking a little congested. So not unusual for this time of day, but luckily doesn't look like any major slowdowns there near the river. Going out to Grovetown next, Lewiston Road, exit 190. Just the usual line of traffic there near the overpass, and obviously going off the exit towards the interstate. But just going to have to look out for some blinding sun if you're driving westbound. Have much more on that forecast for you in just about 10 minutes.
All right, thanks, Riley. Ready to tie the knot and say I do for free. Today is Valentine's Day, and the Richmond County Civil and Magistrate Court is helping couples say yes to their futures. Our Taylor Martin joins us live at 5 to explain how.
Well, They say love doesn't cost a thing, and today, neither did marriage. Today, 6 couples decided to put a ring on forever. Judge Carletta Sims Brown with the Civil and Magistrate Court says this is one of the few times every year where they offer couples an opportunity to tie the knot for free. With decorations, bouquets, and roses, the court put together a Valentine's Day themed event to make the day even more special for these couples. Judge Brown tells me these ceremonies are a light of positivity for not only the couples, but for the court as well.
When we can bring somebody together versus putting someone in jail or solving disputes, we want to do it. And so our entire staff got together and made this happen, and we're excited about it.
All new on News 12 at 6 o'clock, we're hearing from 3 of the newlywed couples on their big day.
Hey, congratulations to a lot of those newlyweds there. It's a much cheaper option as well. Thanks, Taylor, for sharing that with us. Well, today we're learning funeral arrangements for former Georgia State Senator Ed Tarver. Visitation will be from Friday at 7:30 to 8:30 at the W.H. Mays Mortuary. Funeral services are Saturday at 2 at the Gilbert Lambuth Chapel on Payne College's campus. Well, new live at 5, the Burke County Sheriff's Office sharing details of a drug bust that ended with 2 arrests. Now, take a look. The department says the special response team executed a search warrant across several locations in the county. Deputies took 8 guns, almost $3,000 in money, weed, heroin, hydrocodone, and much more. New charges today for a mother charged in connection to the death of her almost 2-month-old girl back in October. Jordan Fowler is now charged with homicide by child abuse, aiding and abetting. New warrants we just received said she hit the baby in the head while she was frustrated with crying. Jordan Fowler was charged in December for unlawful neglect of a child. Those same warrants say an autopsy determined Charlotte had multiple rib fractures and other injuries. Meanwhile, we are learning new details on 2 separate shootings in Aiken County that happened earlier this morning. Public Safety says that they were called to the Quality Inn and Suites on Richland Avenue at around 1:30 a.m. Authorities say one man was shot multiple times in the parking lot and 2 people were arrested. We are working to learn more about the suspect in the shooting. About an hour and a half later at 3 a.m., the Aiken County Sheriff's Office was on the scene on Weston Street. This is right on the edge of North Augusta. Investigators say 2 people took themselves to an area hospital with possible injuries before deputies got the call. Tonight, Georgia lawmakers taking a stand that foreign investors could use and abuse Georgia farmland. Now, some state lawmakers want to keep them out entirely. Our State House reporter Abby Kasoris found there are already concerns that this is a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Days like this, we're, riding around checking the crops.
Jake Carter is a 5th-generation farmer, selling peaches and berries he grows on their 300-acre farm.
Farmers in general have a tough road to hoe, right? I mean, we face all kind of adverse conditions, whether it be weather, climate, disease, outside pressures. But when you add foreign investors coming in on top of it, that just multiplies what's already a tough situation.
The state's Agriculture Office reports that foreign adversaries, a term used by the Department of Commerce, currently own more than 2,000 acres here in Georgia, including land here in Henry County. Carter says he's been approached by investors.
We're here. We're not going anywhere. We want to remain on our land. We want the farmers in America to continue producing.
Lawmakers at the state capitol arguing passionately in support of the Agriculture Commissioner's position that foreign investors, especially Chinese investors, pose a threat to the livelihood of farmers and national security. Senate Bill 420 would prohibit non-citizens from purchasing agriculture land here in Georgia, making it a felony if they try to.
We can't ensure that our kids have healthy food on the table at school, and that we ensure that we have the ability to provide a shelter over our heads at home and put clothes on our back if we don't allow agriculture to be successful.
12 states enacted similar laws last year. Florida's bill that mirrors the proposal here in Georgia is held up in a discrimination lawsuit. At a bill hearing, critics of the bill offered suggestions. Some wanted changes, others wanted it to be killed altogether.
Some lack of definitional clarity.
Feeds into anti-Chinese hysteria while achieving no measurable benefits to national security.
The bill sponsor took the feedback and will now have time to change or present the bill for a vote as is. In McDonough, I'm Abby Kasoris.
Well, heads up, in case you were headed down to the Augusta Canal anytime soon, the towpath trail that you see highlighted red on your screen is now closed from the raw water pumping station to the I-20 bridge. The area is under construction. Signage will be posted along the canal. You are urged to follow any closure notices for your safety and convenience. For any updates on this project, go to augustaga.gov for more. A local woman is giving back in a big way. Give It Forward is back. Coming up next, Riley.
We did have a beautiful afternoon. Highs in the mid-60s today and actually getting warmer as we close out the week. We'll have that full forecast next.
Time and Biologic for asthma. Create your perfect room for entertaining, relaxing, and more with patio enclosures. Right now, get 24% off your sunroom. Plus, enjoy exceptional financing. Call today. Patio enclosures.
Save on top mattress brands at Ashley's President's Day sale. Get up to $800 off Stearns & Foster adjustable mattress sets and up to $500 off Tempur-Pedic, plus up to $800 off Purple, and get 50% off Sealy too, only at Ashley.
Welcome back to Live at 5 as we take a live look outside Grovetown and I-20 on just a picture-perfect afternoon on Valentine's Day. We'll check in with First Alert Chief Meteorologist Riley Hale. Riley, great weather for some Valentine's Day dinners.
Absolutely. No need to worry about any frigid temperatures. Luckily, no rain in our forecast this evening. Just going to be seasonably cool out there for us. Currently speaking, we're in the 60s. We have a beautiful view down the Savannah River here. Our temperatures are right now still in the mid-60s, 64 right now here in Augusta. Most spots within a degree or two of that. But clear skies, calm wind, so those temperatures will cool off pretty quick if you're going to be stepping out for any evening plans. So for Valentine's Day night, we are looking at temps to most likely be hitting the upper 50s within the hour or so, and then getting into the 40s by about 8, and then we'll continue to fall into the 30s by tomorrow morning. So it is going to be another chilly start to the day on Thursday, staying above freezing though, most likely anywhere from 34 to 36 degrees for the first part of the day. Another fantastic day though for our Thursday. We're expecting a lot of sun again, maybe a little bit of a breeze picking up out of the southwest leading to the afternoon, but that southwest wind is going to help bring us some warmer temps, so most likely hitting the upper 60s out there for tomorrow. By the weekend, temperatures do cool off a little bit, so we'll warm up a little bit Thursday and Friday, but Saturday and Sunday, those highs will drop close to 60 Saturday, and then by Sunday, only into the mid-50s. Now, we've been mentioning the potential maybe for a few showers on Saturday. That threat does look much lower, not really anticipating much of a rain risk for any outdoor plans Saturday or Sunday. Here's a look at our hour-by-hour forecast. So generally clear skies, temps falling off pretty quick this evening into tonight, and should be able to see the 30s by daybreak tomorrow. Generally sunny skies for our Thursday afternoon, but maybe a few passing clouds at times, but I would imagine not too much out there to obstruct our skies. The more cloud cover will show up by Friday, though, so that is going to help keep our morning temps in the 40s early Friday, and then afternoon highs most likely mid to maybe upper 60s. But even though we're going to see a lot of clouds Friday, there's not going to be much rain with them, but potentially maybe Friday night and before sunrise Saturday, that's when this front is passing us through and could maybe stir up our skies enough to produce a shower or two, but doesn't look to be anything significant. So during the day Saturday, once we get to sunrise, looks like we're just staying cloudy. Temperatures will be cooler, but luckily mostly dry if you are going to be out and about during the weekend. For Sunday, not going to really break up those clouds too much, but temperatures will cool off just a little bit more, most likely into the mid-50s, and then sunshine does return by early next week. So for the next week or so, honestly speaking, there's not a whole lot of active weather in our forecast. This is just going to be the quick passing system for our Saturday. So once again, Friday night into Saturday morning, that system will pass off towards our north and maybe produce a shower or two. Doesn't look like anything too much out there. The cloud cover with this front just not really going to clear out too quickly, so that's why our skies are going to stay generally cloudy all the way through the weekend. Once we get past our Sunday, early next week, we will see sunshine again and temperatures warming back up. Should see those highs back into the mid-60s next Monday through Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Riley. Give It Forward returns. This time, Candy Smith is surprising students from Heritage Early Learning Academy. Actually, the entire school got in on the fun. Arlo Volk has the story.
113 Valentine's Day surprises today for children.
Candy Smith is ready for her biggest Give It Forward yet.
I'm excited. People have been asking, Candy, where are you? I'm back, ready to go out, Get it forward. Good morning. My name is Candy Smith.
How do you make it your biggest surprise ever? You take your cart from classroom to classroom.
Good morning, boys and girls.
And surprise every kid in the school with gifts.
It was such a joyful moment, and they're just such loving children, so it's a perfect day to celebrate them for Valentine's Day.
Heritage Early Learning Academy Executive Director Tana Watson says it warms her heart to see what this means to all these kids.
They're going to be talking about it for the rest of the day. It's just those little things to be noticed and to be seen and know that they're loved. That just really makes the day really bright.
Candy says it brightens her day to be on the receiving end of so many group hugs.
And like I always say, you never know what Give It For will show up next.
In Augusta, we'll vote on your side.
And in total, Candy surprised about 110 kids in 10 classes. Well, if you have been binge watching movies on Amazon Prime, you have probably noticed some commercials. Jamie Tucker joins us after the break with what you need to know about Amazon's new $3 fee to get rid of ads.
First Alert Radar, powered by Jim Hudson Automotive Group.
Let's drive!
Baby.com. Click, click.
A breaking news update if you're just joining us live at 5. 4 students have been shot at Benjamin E. Mays High School in Atlanta. These details coming from a school spokesperson. This is a live look at the scene there. New details say the shots came from an unknown vehicle at the lower campus parking lot. All of the victims were taken to the hospital and have non-life-threatening injuries. All after-school activities have been canceled and the school remains on lockdown. Of course, we'll keep you updated as we learn more with this. Well, millions of Amazon customers are learning that they're either going to have to watch commercials on Amazon Prime Video or pay extra to keep the shows ad-free. Our consumer tech reporter Jamie Tucker explains.
What the Tech, sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School.
One of the best benefits of an Amazon Prime membership has always been commercial-free movies and TV shows. But if you've watched anything in the last couple of weeks on Amazon Prime Video, you've noticed commercials and a prompt that if you want to get rid of those commercials, it's an extra $3 a month. Amazon said the extra charge will enable the company to develop and produce more quality content for the platform. But how intrusive are these ads? When I chose the Prime show Reacher, a 30-second ad played before the show started, but in the 1-hour-long program, there were no other ads. While non-Amazon studio movies did have some commercials about every 30 minutes or so, still not terrible. But the German website 4K Film discovered Amazon also removed Dolby Atmos and Dolby Vision from the free tier. That means the highest quality picture and sound are only available if you pay the extra $3 a month. So I found the commercials are not that intrusive and probably not bad enough to justify the extra $3 a month. However, if you demand the highest quality picture and video, you'll have to pay an extra $36 a year on top of the $140 Prime membership. That's What the Tech. I'm Jamie Tucker.
And this week, a California man filed a class action lawsuit against Amazon, claiming the company deceived customers by adding commercials to Prime Video. Currently, there are about 300 million Prime Video customers around the world. Well, it's Valentine's Day, and in the world of sports, that means it's almost time for March Madness. With the Peach Belt Conference Tournament just a few weeks away, News 12 Sports Director Dan Booth caught up with AU men's basketball coach to discuss the Jags' recent success. Dan.
This season hasn't been all sunshine and rainbows for the Jags, but when push comes to shove, they're starting to play some great ball when it matters the most. By defeating USC Aiken in double overtime on Saturday, the Jags brought their conference record back to 500 and extended their winning streak to 4 games. AU is now tied with Georgia Southwestern and Flagler College for the number 4 seed in the Peach Belt Conference standings. And as we enter the home stretch of the regular season, head coach Dip Mitras is happy to see his Jags kicking it into high gear.
You got to play better as the year progresses, and we are playing better. Our freshmen are growing up. Our older guys are more comfortable in their roles. And to be honest with you, we had 4 of our first 6 on the road in our league. And for a young team, we didn't play well a couple nights, so now we close it out with 4 of our 6 at home. Unfortunately, 2 of them are on the road at Atlanta and North Georgia, who are first and second in the league. So it's all about growth and being ready when the conference tournament starts.
The Jags will be looking for their 5th win in a row tonight on their home floor against Flagler College. The opening tip is set for 7:30. At the high school ranks, we have another busy night ahead of us. The first round of the South Carolina high school basketball playoffs continue this evening. 7 of our local teams have already advanced to round number 2, with 11 more hitting the court tonight. On the boys' side, we have North Augusta, Aiken, South Aiken, Midland Valley, McCormick, Denmark Olar, and Bamberg Earhart. On top of that, the Silver Bluff girls, Strom Thurmond, Saluda, Batesburg Leesville, and Fox Creek girls are all in action as well. I'll have the highlights and the scores from these playoff games tonight at 11.
All right, thanks for that, Dan, and best of luck to our local teams out there tonight. If you are heading to the lake the next couple of days, beautiful lake weather the next few afternoons with highs in the 60s. Another quick look at that 7-day just after the break.
Hey, and Valentine's Day isn't always hearts and roses. For some people, it's the total opposite. How a pet waste company is giving people revenge, coming up after the break.
I'm Chip Lewis with 64 Insurance Group. The Medicare enrollment process can be overwhelming. Let us take that burden off your shoulders. We're local, and we're here to help. Don't wait until you're 65 to call. AreYou64.com.
Every Georgian.
Call today for a free consultation and assessment. High Tech Power Systems Incorporated, locally owned and serving the CSRA since 1986.
Never took you for a mariachi guy.
Really not a huge fan, but seems to be all of us do these days. AreYou64.com.
Who are you talking to?
Well, looking for revenge on this Valentine's Day, look no further than the Call of Duty's Love Stinks campaign. A pet waste pickup company is here to save the day for you. For just a few bucks, you can get your ex's name scooped up. Pet waste, I didn't want to say the other one because, it's dinner time. And, of course, it's all for a great cause. The owner breaks down how you can do this.
We'll send them like a photo. We'll take a photo of the waste over in the bag over their ex's name, and for $10 we'll do a video. So we'll video it and send it to them, and they do what they want to do with it. They can send it to their ex or put it on social media.
Well, 100% of those proceeds will go to animal shelters, so there's some good out of this, but it's a good way to give back and people are letting people know how you really feel about them on Valentine's Day. So I think if I saw something like this, I would have to throw hands. I'd have to fight with them. And I think the one that we saw out there was Richard's name, but it wasn't our Richard. It just happened to be that. So it's not Richard Rogers. Someone's got a Richard out there that they're not too happy with on this Valentine's Day.
Yeah, I mean, they got a business for everything these days, but I'm sure this is a busy time of year for them. Way to get a few extra bags in there.
I'm sure it's just today, though, right?
Well, I think that's like a regular service. Like, yeah, outside of Valentine's
Memorial Day,
they don't
here you go.
They don't name the bags every time, but yeah, it's a business that, they come by, pick up all your...
I would love to read that business model.
Yeah,
incredible.
Someone's got to do it, Will. Hey, temperatures today hitting the 60s. If you're heading out for Valentine's Day night, we have temperatures in the 50s and 40s most of this evening, so going to be a little bit chilly out there. And by tomorrow morning, we should be waking up in the 30s, but the next couple of afternoons are going to be fantastic. Most likely getting close to 70 Thursday and Friday, and luckily the rain chances have gone down, so mostly dry for the weekend.
All right, thanks, Riley. Stick with us. We have more news, weather, and sports coming up after a short break on News 12 at 6 o'clock.
Watch WRDW News at 5:30 weekdays for What the Tech. Sponsored by Augusta Preparatory Day School, leading the CSRA in STEM education.
If you've been hurt in a car wreck, what are you waiting for?
Call George Sink Injury Lawyers at all nines now.
The sooner you call, the sooner they can help.
George Sink Injury Lawyers has the experience to help you get your money faster. If you've been hurt in a car wreck, call all nines. The exterior